Friends. So I am in my I'm in my kitchen after a haggard morning of work. I apologize for whatever's going on here. I wanted to just hop on really quickly today. So I really like learning and educating myself, and just I read a lot of books. For example, in trying to make good on my yearly promise to read 52 books every year, I have been very behind this year. So I still want to make that promise, and I'm trying to catch up. So as such, I've read 10 books this year. Now, or not this year, this month. I've read 10 books this month. Now, granted, two of those were very short. They were less than 100 pages, but still, I really want to hit the 52 mark. I think I'm only at 32 books this year so far. So anyway, so I've got a lot of catch up to do. It's really important to me that I read 52 books a year, and I love doing it. So this month of like intense reading has been really wonderful. It's mainly been like a lot of music industry book studies. I think like five of the books I've read have been like specifically studying the music industry. But anyway, I love to learn. I love to read. However, I am completely ignorant and stupid when it comes to current events, politics, global affairs, anything of that nature. So when people are engaging in conversations on like the latest whatever, basically like the latest anything, I really have no voice to contribute because I don't have any knowledge or education. So I'm not. I haven't read the news for years. I typically avoid the news because it just makes me feel like garbage, like oh the world is burning kind of thing. I guess it is literally right now. Oh, but anyways, so I was thinking, I want to understand current events, and I want to understand what's going on in the world, and I want to be able to have a conversation with people about politics or environmentalism or things like that, instead of just regurgitating things that I've heard other people say, which is like, so when it comes to American politics, say, it's like I hear my friends talk about it. I hear bits and pieces and sound bites like come at me through various sources. So all I have in terms of knowledge is secondhand. I've heard, like, it's like something someone said or something someone's heard someone else say. And I feel like that's not necessarily the most reliable way to form an opinion on anything. So I figured a good starting point. This is something I did a long time ago. So probably 4 or 5 years ago, I subscribed to The Economist, and I had the exact same intention, where I was like, I don't know anything about the state of the world, so let's just subscribe to a weekly publication that the good people of Reddit said that was like, if you're gonna subscribe to a news source, this is like a solid one. It's like high quality journalism. So I remember spending a month or two reading them and finding it really difficult because I didn't have any context. So if I was reading about something that was happening in, I don't know, Cambodia or something, it's like I could read something that was a snapshot in time, but I didn't have any like context with those like the leaders it was discussing or anything. So it was like I was starting in the middle of a movie and I had no idea what happened in like the first hour of the movie, just trying to like grasp what's going on now. So I found it really difficult. I definitely fell off the bandwagon. But I do remember when I made a habit of sitting down, I usually would do it on like a weekend morning, like a Sunday morning, with a cup of coffee and spend like a couple hours just combing through like a magazine like this. I really cherished those mornings. It was really fun. It was informative. It was difficult because I had no idea what I was reading half the time. But I do have like a cherished memory of that. So I'm like, okay, I want to try this again and actually try this. Now, in order to start to get like a more broad scope on what's happening, I feel like I have to give myself about 3 or 4 months of just immersing myself in like kind of yeah what's going on in the world on a weekly basis. So this isn't something I'm going to be able to just I don't know get a grasp on quickly. It's like learning anything. You can't expect like a month to drastically change your knowledge of something. I don't expect to be able to converse knowledgeably on Brexit. I just flipped to a random Brexit page there anytime soon. But at least if I can start understanding what the conversation even is, understanding like what people are talking about on both sides, what the issues are, then eventually I'm hoping that I'll be able to have a more informed opinion on the state of the world. Now, I'm not, I do have, so the reason that I've kind of, I guess, resisted this kind of like news education type study is because I'm not like 100% convinced it's like really worthwhile for me to know every like the things that are going on in the world, which I okay, so on the one side I'm like, okay, that's stupid, I should know what's going on because especially, I don't know, it just seems like I'm a human, I should know like what's going on with other humans, and if there's like terrible things happening, then I should know maybe eventually I could contribute something, or make the world better in some way, even if it's like a really, even if it's just by understanding things, or by sharing accurate information or things like that. But I do struggle with the negativity. And it's like watching a movie that's really dark, and then it leaves you with this like taste in your mouth that is maybe like for a day or two. I don't know if that happens to you, but for me, if I watch movies that are really dark, it can like really sort of like poison my mind frame for like a while, like a day or two. And that I really don't like that. I'm very influenceable in some ways. So that's usually why I've been resisting the news. So I figured, okay, well, at least if it's high quality journalism, then I'm not just subjecting myself to like garbage. At least I'm subjecting myself to something that's a little higher quality. So even if it is negative, it'll still hopefully, I don't know, have like a positive impact of some kind. I don't know. So yeah, so I'm gonna commit to reading The Economist for a few months, see if I can, I don't know, get some grasp on what's going on in the world aside from just like COVID stuff, which I've been keeping up to date on, but there's a lot of other things that, yeah, I know virtually nothing about. It's useful to be able to follow the kind of the stories regarding the presidential election. I have a lot of interest in that, even though I'm Canadian. It's still like really significant to Canadians as well, what's happening in the States. So there are a lot of subjects that I'm like, okay, I really want to be a lot more informed, because it does, even if it's in a really small way, it does affect my life and other people's lives. So yeah, so this is my commitment. So I guess my question to you guys is, how do you feel about the news? So, because like again, like I said, I have a lot of internal apprehension towards consuming news and media. I'm generally pretty selective with the kinds of things I consume. So, am I just like doing a really stupid thing? Am I like making a bad decision? Is this? Do you like The Economist, or have my friends at Reddit totally misled me? And it's like terrible. I don't know. I tried to source that as best as I could, but do you have something you recommend aside from that, like traditional, maybe like the New York Times or something? I don't know. I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts are, how you stay informed, if you stay informed, and if you even think it's worthwhile, or if you're like, man, you're just now like picking up a news publication. Come on, get your life together, Allysia. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. That is all I wanted to say today. So I'm going to hop off and get to my tasks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you. I'm trying to hit the button. I'll catch you tomorrow.